Hi guys, good morning. It's Miss Lisa, and I'm out here on the porch for another, we could call it porch time passionate position statements to go make it match with the porch time story time. Anyway, today I wanted to unpack my position statement in regard to what some people call taking turns, turn taking, and sharing, which are two entirely different things. So really what I want to just let people know is that young children don't know how to share the way that adults understand the concept of sharing, that idea of choosing to relinquish something, right? Kids don't do that, and it's not because they're mean, bad, horrible kids. It's just because you can't really relinquish something, you can't really share something until you've experienced what we call full ownership. So what does that mean? It means if I get to play with the truck until I'm done with the truck, meaning like I was done playing with the truck, I'm more inclined to share it with somebody the way that adults understand the concept of sharing it. I'm not, as a little kid, going to learn how to share something by an adult taking it out of my hand and then giving it to somebody. That is not teaching sharing. The way that we facilitate this, the idea of turn taking, is that if a kid is wanting something, then if they don't have the language, we give it to them. And if they do have the language, but maybe it's off a little, we'll redirect or we'll side coach or we'll put ourselves on speakerphone, whatever language works for you. But in a nutshell, without it sounding too much like a formula, is that if the kid is playing with something and this kid wants a turn with whatever this kid has, then this kid is taught how to say, I want a turn with the truck, on the bike, with the shoes, whatever it is, with the puzzle. I want a turn at the easel when you're done. That's it. I want to turn when you're done. Now, assuming that this might be new, like a new thing to kick around, a new thing to sit with, what I want you to know is like we're very much as the adults involved in this whole process, right? Right? Because maybe they've never had this kind of experience before. Maybe they're used to being saying, I want to turn, and an adult marches up and grabs it and gives it to him and says, you're done with it, and it's now his turn. So you got to stick with it. So this kid is taught how to say, I want to turn on the bike when you're done. And then the adult would say something like, oh, Karen, I heard David say that he wants a turn on the bike when you're done. Okay, so now I've got both their attention. Okay, so when you're done, he is wanting a turn. And then I look to this guy and I say, and what are you wanting to do while you are waiting? What do you want to do what would you like to do? What would you like to do while you are waiting? Right? The reinforcing of the when she's done, you're waiting, and when she's done, she'll come find you, right? Or whatever that might look like. But that's the language. What would you like to do while you're waiting? And sometimes they're just like, I just want to sit here and watch her ride the bike. All right, that's cool. And when she's done, she knows that you're waiting for a turn on the bike when she's done, which to an adult might be like, oh my God, yeah, we get it when she's done. But the little guys, they got to hear that language, right? Because it's consistent. And if you're new to me, that's a piece of the puzzle that you might not be as familiar with yet. This is consistent. This is how it happens all the time, right? This isn't just what I do when I'm in a good mood, when I've had a good night's sleep, when I've had enough coffee. This is the process that we're modeling and encouraging all the time. And ideally, it's what all of the teachers and adults who are interacting in this program are doing with all of the kids in all of the classrooms, but that's a conversation for another time. I want a turn on the bike when you're done. Okay. What I've seen happen, right, is that when kids grow up with this being like what just happens, I've seen kids, toddlers, 2-year-olds, 2.5, they'll waddle up to a kid on the bike and be like, I'm a 10 on the bike and a done. And the kid's like, oh, all right, and they get off the bike. And I've watched adults be like, oh my God, they're sharing. Well, they're turn taking because they know. And here's the secret, guys. They know that it's not going to turn into a power struggle. They know that if they weren't really done with it, they weren't going to be forced to have to relinquish it. That's why this is successful. Right? They know that that adult is not going to come over and lift me off the bike so that somebody else can have a turn. They know, so they don't have to be like always, like I gotta have this forever. A lot of times the reason why the kids never leave the easel is because it only comes out once a month when we're in a good mood. So why would I leave? I'm not done. I don't know when I'm ever going to see this again. I mean, it's a little like hoarding. I'm going to keep it here, so I know that I have access to it. It's I don't want to make it sound like it's so simple that it's easy, but it is. It's so simple. that we've made it harder than it needs to be. I would like a turn on the swing when you're done. I heard Karen say that she wants a turn on the swing when you're done, Mackenzie. Karen, what would you like to do while you are waiting for Mackenzie to be done on the swing? Well, I'm just going to sit here and watch Mackenzie. All right, you're going to sit there and watch Mackenzie, and she knows that you are waiting for a turn when she's done. Now, reality check. If this is something new that you start playing with and kicking around, you have to make peace with the fact that Karen might not get a turn today. Why? Because Mackenzie is testing you, and you should be expecting this. Mackenzie is very smart. Mackenzie is wondering like, really? I got to have it till I'm done? I'm going to keep it the rest of recess. And she will. And you'll be like, you know what? You're right. You didn't get a turn today because she wasn't quite yet done. Now, is Karen going to be upset with that? Maybe. And you're there to assist her in navigating the emotional response and reaction that she might have to that. But what ends up happening after 2, 3, 4 days is that the kids realize, I don't need to engage anybody with a power struggle because I know if I wasn't done, nobody would make me. So there's no sense in sitting here trying to, just hold on to it, to be like controlly about it, because I know that nobody's going to force me. So then they get off the swing. Because you know what, I was kind of done. I just wanted to kind of see if I could get Miss Lisa's goat. Yeah, but look at that. Miss Lisa doesn't have a goat in this. There's not the hill Miss Lisa's going to die on. So I might as well get off and go do something that I really want to do. And along the way, then Karen gets to turn on the swing. And then she gets to have a turn on the swing until she is done. And if you are willing to make the time investment and the being consistent and remember where they are developmentally at this age group, I understand the concept of sharing, but it's a very adult concept. Reframe it. Reframe how you see it. See it as turn taking, not as sharing per se. And there's 99 other layers that you can unpack with this topic of turn taking and sharing. Like if you have 18 children in a classroom and only one of something, go back to the idea of controlling the environment instead of the children. Get some more stuff, or get rid of that one thing. Or better yet, get rid of all the toys, the toys that you have, and start bringing open-ended loose parts that have 1,000 different ways of being used, instead of that one thing that just has that one way to be used and explored in the classroom. Turn taking, sharing, thinking about an adult when, go back, let me say it again, go back to the idea of once you have full ownership, once you've experienced full ownership, you're more inclined, to let somebody take a turn with it. If you ever got a new car or a new to you car, right? We buy a new vehicle, we're like, oh my God, and you're driving everywhere. You are the unenvironmentally sound person. You forgot something in the store, you're making 15 trips to the store. Oh, I gotta go back to the bank, going back to the bank, because you don't mind, because it's new, it's novel, it's fun, it's like, woo, it's mine, woo. If somebody said on that first day, hey, can I borrow your car? You'd be like, no, it's new, it's mine, no. But then after the novelty wears off and you've started to experience to some degree that level of ownership, right? And somebody's going to say, hey, can I borrow your car? You're a little bit more inclined. You're not going to let somebody take a turn with your new pair of shoes or wear your new outfit or a new purse you might have bought, right? Because it's yours, it's mine. I haven't experienced full ownership yet. But then after it wears off a little bit, you're a little bit more inclined. And it's the same exact thing with the child. If they don't think that you're forcing them to relinquish it, watch your power struggle, watch your control piece. She would like a turn when you're done. When you're done. When you're done. I'm Lisa Murphy. I hope it helps. Maybe it made you more frustrated. I'm not really sure. You can find me at ooeygooey.com, ooeygooey.com, and we can keep the conversation going if you'd like. Otherwise, thank you for letting me have a couple minutes of your day for another installment of the, should we call it the Porch Time? We'll call it the Porch Time Passionate Position Statements, because I don't like the idea of a rant. Maybe it is a rant. I'll talk to you guys later.